Good morning, everyone. The thumbnail is not clickbait. Yes, you can get 192% potency now. It is absolutely insane, and I'm going to be showing you how in this video. But before we jump into all of that, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily. So if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So the very first thing I want to go over is there is a pre-announced Urgent Quest Twice campaign going along. So basically we have a schedule for whenever the Urgent Quests are coming up. I will leave this link in the description below as it does auto-convert into your local time zone. However, on top of that, you can actually do all of these Urgent Quests twice. As you can see here, you can complete each Urgent Quest twice during this campaign, and the enemies have 30% less HP. So it's super easy to kill all of the bosses, especially Malevolent Dark False Aegis. And I do recommend people to run that Urgent Quest because it does have a chance of dropping all of the different Rayjord weapons, as well as a bunch of other goodies, especially a lot of Neo A weapons. Because it is currently premium PSO2 day, we have a metric butt ton of rare drop rate. You can see over here, I have 250%. All I have is a rapid shapeshifter boosted. That's it. I don't have any other boosts going on. So it's actually pretty insane because at 250%, I'm actually going to pop one of these 1 hour 100% boosters. Remember, you can get 10 of these every single week for free with just your NEX cubes. So I'm just going to pop that right before I run the Urgent Quest. And then on top of that, I'm also going to get the party buff where you join up a party up with 4 people. Then you get the maximum amount of boost. I can basically get 400% rare drop rate at any time, which is actually busted because you get so many items, and you get a lot of Neo A weapons, which I convert all of them into Aegis Integras, because that way it allows me to buy a ton of those HAL finales for basically free. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, premium user PSO2 day. So it is Ultra PSO2 day. It does last for 3 days, but if you are a premium member, you want to go to systems over here, get campaign items, receive item account, and there is a nice little gift for you: 100 star gems, 4 special scratch tickets, the preset skill enhancement success rate plus 15%. This is the Fixa enhancement, and as well as it augments success rate plus 20%. So make sure to pick that up. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is going to be, of course, the Crimson Realm. The Crimson Realm does rotate every single day between the combat zones in Kavaris. So when the servers first went live, it was located in Lost Central. However, it has moved over to Belugana Ruins, and oh my goodness, this is freaking amazing. I am a very big fan of Crimson Realm. It fixes a lot of issues that a lot of people had, and a lot of fundamental issues with PSE bursting. I will have a video covering the Crimson Realm in more detail tomorrow, but nevertheless, the TLDR over here is Crimson Realm is really awesome, and they do drop a lot of new capsules, 3 new capsules in particular. There is no new armor, unfortunately, at least after farming this for quite some time. I haven't seen any new armors, and it's not in the featured list as well. So mainly it's those augments. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the SG shop, because a lot of people might not have noticed this, but they have updated the Star Gem shop over here. They have put 2 new sets. There's the Ultra Special set over here, where you do get a SG Scratch Selector ticket, as well as 2 N Rare Drop Rate plus 100% 24-hour versions, and an extended storage for 30 days use. Now, do keep in mind, if you pop this, the 24-hour version, you cannot stack your 1-hour version on top of this, all right? So if you pop one of these, then that's it. You have your 100% rare drop rate for 24 hours. In order to stack even more rare drop rate, you're going to need an EX variant of the rare drop rate boosters. Unfortunately, they do not sell those on the market anymore, or on the SG shop anymore, so you just have to have some from before. Unfortunately, I don't have any anymore. I've used all of mine. I believe they gave them out for like compensation and stuff like that from before, but it's been a while since they've given out any of the EX variants. But nevertheless, this is a pretty good deal if you want anything from the current SG Scratch, because that way you actually save yourself 700 star gems. You get the selector ticket. You could use this to immediately pick whatever you want. However, also don't forget that you actually get a selector ticket from the mission pass. So if we look at our current mission pass at season 29, right here at tier 20, you actually get a renewed resolve ticket right here, which is actually a selector ticket that lets you pick whatever you want. Alright, with that out of the way, the next thing I want to talk about is the Microsoft Store update patch delay. Now, don't worry, the patch did not get delayed again for the Microsoft Store and Xbox users. You guys are fine. You guys are able to log in and play. This is for last week. Remember where you guys couldn't play for like 48 hours? Well, they have extended everyone's boosts over here. So premium, extended storage, material storage, everything has been extended by 51 hours, and this is live on the servers already. So you may have noticed that your premium as well as your material storage, your shop pass, all of that has been extended. So 51 hours is pretty generous considering that the servers were down for almost 48 hours for the Xbox as well as Microsoft users. However, do keep in mind that this actually applies to everyone. So even if you did play on Steam or the Epic Game Store or whatever, you also get this 51-hour compensation, which is actually pretty nice. Now, with all of that out of the way, if you are a premium user, you have Ultra PSO2 Day going on for the next 3 days. So you might be wondering, where is the best place to farm to make the most use of all of these buffs? You have two choices. You have the PSE combat zone, so Crimson Realms. So basically you're just going to open up the map and see where this purple orb looking thing is, or the text is literally going to be purple. As you can see, Belugana is in purple. So this is where the Crimson Realm is for the day. It lasts the entire day. There is no waiting for storms or whatever. You go in there and immediately it's Crimson Realm. That's really, really awesome. However, as I said earlier, it does rotate or alternate between combat zones. So after 24 hours, the Crimson Realm will move from Belugana Ruins to Lost Central, and then will be in Lost Central for another 24 hours. Then it will move back to Belugana Ruins, all right? So the Crimson Realm is a great place to farm because of all the extra rare drop rate that you get. You will see a significant increase in all of your trial capsules. Now, when we look over here, you can see the trial capsules actually give you 3.5% all potency. However, it does sacrifice quite a bit. You can give up 5 photon power, you can give up 50% all down resistance, or you can give up 5% damage resistance. So 5% damage resistance, this is very straightforward. You're just going to take 5% more damage when you get hit. The Wardo capsules are a little bit more complicated because it says all down resistance minus 50%. So what that actually does is when you go to character information, over here, the ailment resistance, this gives minus 50% for all of these. And keep in mind that it's multiplicative. So if you have 2 armors with this or 3 armors with this, it's not just going to be minus 150% all resistance. It actually goes up to minus 400%. It's actually pretty insane. However, the amount of potency it gives you is also multiplicative. So it actually gives you a lot of potency. So over here, we can see a screenshot of Emiko's gear. They basically replaced every capsule that was less than 3.5% potency into the trial capsules. So as you can see, they have a Wardo trial as well as a Spiro trial. And their potency is off the charts. It's 192.3%. Yes, 192.3. It's absolutely insane. However, at what cost? The first one is, of course, your resistances. Your resistances have gone down the drain. It's negative 406 across the board. Now, some of you guys may be asking, why is the cold resistance only minus 159.2? And that is because of the armors that Emiko is using. It gives a little bit of cold resistance by default, so that's why it's not as crazy as all of the other negative stats over here. But nevertheless, they're just giving up a ton of ailment resistance as well as some photon power, but it's not that bad. They still have 162 photon power, so you know, they didn't sacrifice that much, even though they did put the Spiro, so it's like minus 20 photon power since it's 3 armors as well as 1 weapon. So I think that's a good sacrifice to make to get this much extra damage. So for my budget players out there, if you were thinking about using the trial capsules, it's perfectly fine to use them. Just understand that if you are using the Wardo trial, that you will be taking a significant hit to your ailment resistances. So it's going to be super easy for you to get burned, to get frozen, to be stunned, to be electrified, poisoned, and all of that stuff. So it's very, very dangerous, basically, when you're running Lucille Exploration. But to be fair with you guys, I don't think there are enough mobs or content in the game that actually cause a lot of ailments. So it's not that bad of a sacrifice, especially if you just want to go on a budget build and you just want as much potency as possible. I've seen people already running around with just LC capsules as well as the Tri-L capsules, and they have like 160, 170% potency already. So they basically have the same potency or more than my current build, and at a fraction of the cost. So it is a good idea to use those capsules if you can handle all the negatives. Now, of course, if you're popping all of those and you're just getting frozen left and right and you're just dying 90% of the time, obviously it's not a good idea to use those capsules. However, if you are those die-hard, I want to get good at the game and I'm just don't get hit forehead type of player, then it is a very good choice. So it's basically, instead of getting purple armors, we got these capsules which you can just slot in to increase your potency massively, and it's a good alternative. Personally, I think Sega was pretty smart on this. Instead of rebuilding armors, re-augmenting and all of that, they just gave us some capsules that changes how the armors work, or changes how your character works, basically, because there's so many negatives to it, but at a really great positive. Because keep in mind, there aren't that many capsules that give 3.5% potency or above. Like even powerful capsules such as High L Domina only gives you 3% potency, and this isn't even the LC version, this is the full version, only gives you 3% potency. So you can replace that with 3.5% potency. Sure, you are sacrificing the HP and photon power as well as the potency floor, and you can also replace the triple capsules in order to gain that 0.5 potency again. So I know a lot of people are like, Kero, it's 0.5% potency. Why would I sacrifice my HP and all of this other stuff? And it's simply depending on your playstyle. Like for me personally, I am always an advocate for a balanced build. So personally for me, I wouldn't really be using those capsules unless I'm using it on an ult. Let's say that I pop over to ship 4 or ship 3 or ship 1 and I'm playing there and I'm like, wow, I do no damage. Then I would consider those capsules, because I just pop in LC capsules, throw in those crazy capsules. Sure, I'll have a ton of negatives, I'll have very low HP, very low photon power, but I will have the damage. And so it just kind of depends on your playstyle. That's what I think at the end of the day. That should be the deciding factor. But if you are dying all the time, you might want to reconsider using these augments. And another advantage of these augments are they are dirt cheap. 2,000 Meseta, 2,000 Meseta, as well as 1,000 Meseta. So they are dirt cheap. You can buy so many of these and immediately slot them into all of your armors and all of your weapons, and you're good to go. Now, the reason why they're dirt cheap is because of all the negatives, especially this one, the negative 50% all down resistance. This one really hurts if you are farming in the Gorge area. So, continuing on with the topic of what you should do on Ultra PSO2 day, the second option is going to be, of course, farming Rayjord Gorge. However, if you are farming in the Gorge area, please do not use the Wardo capsule. The reason for this is because this is going to make you freeze like crazy. So, when you're fighting the Ancients, all of the Ancients attacks has a chance to freeze you. If you have negative 400% freeze, you get hit once or twice, you're going to get frozen. When you're frozen, you can't defend yourself. The boss has free reign to DPS you down and you will just die. So if you are going to the Gorge area and you are planning to farm there, I highly recommend do not use Wardo. You have a much better time using the Spearow as well as the Guard Row. Sure, the Guard Row will give you negative damage resistance, so you do take more damage, but at least you're not frozen in place and just, helpless. So that is my recommendation. But at the end of the day, just do whatever you feel like you're having fun with. I personally am really enjoying the Crimson Realm because I'm more of a PSE burst guy, and Crimson Realm also drops a lot of raw Meseta since, it's basically a combat zone. So if you are free to play and you don't have access to the market, you can just farm that over and over. Unfortunately, the Tri-L capsules have lost all value, so, you can't farm for this to sell for money. But if you are farming this for yourself, it's not too bad. I literally got like 50 of each capsule within 2 hours of farming since Ultra PSO2 day kicked in. So the drop rate is absolutely massive and crazy. But I know it's not for everyone, and combat zone farming does get boring pretty quickly. But just stay tuned for tomorrow's video because I will be going over some new mechanics that they added in the Crimson Realm, which will make your life a lot easier.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!